Guys, welcome back. So we've had a little break.
We have.
Had a little forced break with our Sessions event down in Orlando, which went fantastic.
Yes, it did, yeah.
Huge thanks to everyone who came down to that. It was amazing turnout. We had great weather. The course at Eagle Creek looked after us fantastically well.
Yeah, we had a great time.
It was overall great. Food was great at Nona Blue.
A lot of food at Nona Blue, which was good.
We got very accustomed to the Mama's meatloaf, which was good.
Some of us did.
A little bit too much. So we're delighted to be back. We're happy. We're back in our normal environment, ready to kind of test the new stuff. It's in that season right now where we're starting to get not quite a steady flow, but a trickle of new gear.
And it's mostly stuff that's going to come out in January.
That's right.
So part of the conversation this morning was what kind of haven't we touched on that got released mid-year? And you mentioned that this guy, the F85 Srixon, has been doing great with fairway wood fits. And I know we missed it when we did our initial review of the new stuff. So we wanted to get after that today and see kind of what the deal is. Yeah,
well, I remember when we had the samples, the guys at Srixon dropped off some samples. We couldn't review it. I think it was they didn't have a left-handed.
We didn't have a left hand of this.
Yeah, of that one. So we tested the rest. So exactly to that point, Matty. The fairway wood has been a really welcomed addition to our matrix.
That's great.
You know, I don't know if 2018 was the best year, a vintage year for fairway woods.
Is that right? You think so?
It wasn't vintage.
I had a hard time picking one myself, and towards the end of the year is really when I ended up getting the TS3, which I liked. I think that one's really good.
There was good products out there. There just wasn't a standout, you know, phenomenal performer. So any new kind of additions to our matrix has been really welcomed. And you know, since we have tried this, we've had nothing but good results. People are getting plenty of distance, plenty of forgiveness for the size of head, which is not the smallest footprint in the world. It's quite
large,
confidence inspiring from the footprint. Normally a wider body front to back, you normally go, okay, that might spin a little bit. CG being a little further back might float up a little bit. Not a bit of it.
So the flight is flat enough to give people the distance and not kick it up too much.
That's right. I mean, you know, obviously looking, you know, flipping it round there, it's got a carbon crown. So, you know, even though the body is wide front to back, the lighter weight crown is going to produce a kind of forward-ish and low CG.
Gotcha.
So this part here is not really playing a part toward pulling the CG back.
So they've more moved it kind of in this region?
Well, you can see it's got the little high step at the front there, which frames the ball really nicely.
It does.
But also what you want in a fairway wood, you want the CG really low.
For sure.
So that's the biggest thing. So launches high, spins fairly low with great ball speed. It really ticks all the boxes of a good 3-wood.
Well, I'm glad you've had experience with it in fits already, being that it is newish product.
Yeah.
It's not usually a case where you get to test it with customers for that amount of time before we review it.
That's right. Yeah. So normally we're trying to be kind of hot off the press with these things.
So we're expecting good things. We're not, you know, it's not really up in the air. We should see good numbers from it.
We will do today, and I was keen for you to test it because I know you've been doing a lot of testing with fairway wood recently. You know, you tried M3, liked it but didn't love it. It wasn't perfect for you. Now you're liking your
TS3's been good.
Your TS, was it TS3?
TS3 and a 16.5, and we played with it down in Florida. Hit some good shots with it.
Hit some very good shots.
Drove a little green on
standout
Nona,
number 5 at Lake Nona. Yeah,
that was fun.
We played that forward tee box 285 to carry it all, and you flew it into the middle of the green, which was really nice. Yeah. So you know that's performing good. So this guy should, I think, you know, I actually think it might be a slightly quicker than yours.
Ball speed wise.
Well, ball speed wise, they're degree and a half less loft.
Yeah, I play a 16.5. This is a 15.
Right.
Okay. So we are at the 6th hole at Pebble. Yep. We're going to play the second shot up the hill to the green.
Famous one because when the players play this one historically, you know, we've always seen the ball comes in so flat. Yeah. Because you're playing to such, you know, you hit down and then you obviously 20 foot or basically 21 feet of elevation. The average elevation on a shot for most players with a long iron or hybrid is around the 100, 110 feet mark.
Okay, yeah.
So automatically we're taking a fifth of that away.
That's a lot, yeah.
Which will really flatten the land angle. The ball coming into the fairway is going to react, or coming into the green will react significantly different. Right. So yeah, this will be an interesting shot.
And you're landing into a bit of an upslope as well. So you really have to hit, this is more like, I don't know, I mean totally it's more like a 290 shot by the time you factor in all those things.
Yeah, we've got it at 275. I'm expecting you, because of where the pin's at the back,
yeah,
I'm expecting you to fly at about 260 because of the elevation, 260, 265, and then you'll scoot it up to the flag is the play here. So let's hit a few and take a little look.
What's a good start?
It's a very good start. Darn.
Bounced right for me.
It just kind of straightened up a little too much. That was
felt great.
That was ideal. Nice sound as well, have to say that.
Very nice sound.
Definitely a nice sound. So
it's a nice jump to it.
161 ball speed, 10.5 launch, 3200. I'm going to call that straight away perfect 3-wood
Pretty
numbers.
Sweet off the deck too.
Those
I'm not a great off
numbers.
the deck 3-wood guy, so that's nice.
Yeah. Now this is showing sort of peak height and all that sort of stuff. That's obviously relative to flat
ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no elevation.
So we know effectively that was more like 87 feet or so.
Exactly. So 107 feet is fantastic.
It's good, right?
Off of the turf especially.
Yep.
So a few different things creating such a nice peak height there. Great ball speed. We know velocity plays such a part in getting that height. Launch is good, and spin rate is exactly where we would want it. That's really good. I would expect normally someone in that 3,200 RPM mark, Matty, would be a little less off the fairway, off the tee.
Oh, okay.
Because
so like 2,900 off the tee?
Maybe so, yeah, a little, maybe 300-400 RPMs less. You got to, obviously you get the benefit of the tee, so you're going to be a bit shallower. Yep. Maybe some people might be a little tempted to dig a little bit for fairwood, which isn't a bad thing.
Right.
Well, we see some of the best fairwood players in the world take a little divot.
Yeah, you want a slightly descending angle.
Yeah, you do, absolutely.
All right.
Okay.
See if we can get it moving a little bit more right this time. That was awfully close to being the one. I don't think that's
similar.
Much different.
Yeah.
Come in.
That one sounded a shade low.
Yeah, it was struck a little low and a little bit to the toe side.
Okay.
I certainly wouldn't be upset with it, but
no, that's the thing. With this shot, if you put it in one of those greenside bunkers, you're absolutely happy enough.
I think that should be it. Or did I overdo it?
It's a narrow opening, isn't it?
It's not an easy shot, but it's really coming off the face hot. Every single one of them.
Now that one had a hint, just the smallest hint of a heavy strike. Would that be fair?
Yep, I would say just a little bit behind it for sure. So
ball speed dropped. Launch was fine, but the spin rate dropping a little bit would give us that indication. And it wasn't enough to really lose an awful lot of performance because it's still kind of done what we would expect. But the drop in ball speed and the drop in spin would tell us that. All right, let's thread that needle somewhere between the two. That sounded nice.
It's close. It's just a question of wanting to draw it, but I'm either starting it too far left and not drawing it, or too straight and drawing it too much. Good numbers on that.
Really good strike on that one. Wow, 163 ball speeds.
It's quick.
Is quick.
So the face is pretty square. It tends to sit, to me, it might be me being a bit picky, it may sit just a fraction closed.
It does, for sure.
Just a little?
A hair closed. And if you like that preference address, I think that's a very good point, because there'll be certain people who like that comforting look, don't like the look of an open club, and there'll be other people who go, yeah, that might rule this one out for me.
For sure. I mean, I'm gonna set it a little open just with my grip and see if I can counteract that. It's not like terrible, terrible, but it's definitely noticeably more closed than the TS3. Okay, so struck a little bit low on the face, but that's pretty much the shot.
Yeah, a little chaser from there.
Go! Go! There we go. Stay on.
Hard shot, isn't it? I didn't realize the green was so...
What green setting do you got this on?
So raised.
So you got to kind of, it's got to kind of be down the right side of the green almost. Goes left.
Yeah.
That was a good hit though. So
yeah,
a little lower
nicely.
strike, a little lower launch, a little more spin.
Ball speed retention's good.
The
spin is averaging out nicely in the low threes. We're getting a little variety, but no, it's really performing quite well.
This is about as easy to hit off the deck as just about anything I've tried.
Interesting.
Kind of reminds me of the standard Rogue.
Does it?
3-wood wise, but I think it feels.
That's a good point.
I think it feels quite a bit better.
And that's a little draw bias, that one. So that's a pretty.
Just
good.
I mean the shape. I think the shape of the head kind of being rounded but slightly kind of triangular almost at the back.
Got it.
Kind of looks that way.
Okay. So I'll hit 2 more, Matty. Then I want to do something a little different here.
Okay.
Let's hit a couple more. Then I want to flip it over to range mode and just hit a couple on the range on it flat.
Sounds good.
Sounded good.
There we go. Go to the right a bit.
I like the look of this one. Needs a bounce.
Lovely.
Heart the green.
Oh, see, once it's on the green, it's generous. All right, we hit one good one.
Well, I mean, you see that it's so high tariff, that shot, though, isn't it?
Yeah, you got to hit that perfect.
You see a lot of the guys coming into that one, and they're coming in. They actually normally hit kind of. Nowadays, they hit it so far. They're coming into that with a long iron,
driving iron or something.
This is hard. You know, most people aren't hitting 3-wood into this one. Okay, all right. Let's go down into
zip over to the range.
L'Orange. Okay, Matty. So we're back in the range. We finished the round. We're going to take a little look at this sort of standardized numbers.
Standard numbers, yeah.
Without any elevation and any of that sort of stuff.
All right.
I'm curious about this.
A little less pressure when there's no water anywhere. No bunkers.
Pacific Ocean on your right.
It's a little thin.
Little thinny one. Still had about 260 carry on a little thin one, 274 and shade of a miss.
A lot of ball speed.
Retained a lot of ball speed, so you got less launch, more spin, gear effect kicking in there. Not unhappy with that in the slightest.
Nope.
So based on that, 274, we should see a real nice one at 285.
Yeah, agreed.
Just overkicked
That's a
that
turner.
with shade. Sounded great.
It hit it really square.
Really solid.
I think I just shut the face just a bit. That'd be a good one to launch down a fairway.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of speed.
Yep. That's some good off the tee numbers there. Quick, low, good launch and less spin there.
Just got to find the balance of letting this sit a little more square. That's good. It's a little thin, but off the turf, I think I'm going to hit a little thin most of the time anyway.
You're not unhappy with that at all?
No.
Well, there's our 284. That's kind of what we thought a good one would look like.
Yeah.
Those numbers are great.
Yeah, that's good, right?
164, 10 launch, 3,400 total spin, 267 in the air, 284 with some rollout, 110 peak. You can't argue with that.
No, that's nice.
You can't argue with that at all.
Ball speed wise, that
will keep up with anything.
Anything that we've tested.
Anything at all.
Easily. I turned it a bit too, but...
Yeah, I mean, do you know what's an interesting thing? Definitely that seems to be, the slight closed face element seems to play a pretty significant role here.
Yeah. I mean, part of the reason that I picked that Titleist of mine is that I can open it a bit and flatten it a bit.
Yeah.
So it helps me limit that shot. I wouldn't say that this is like a hook bias club, but it's definitely easy to draw.
I'm going to get you to hit a couple with yours.
Sure.
just to see some comparable numbers.
Cool.
Okay, so let's test it against yours. I'm curious about this left to right element.
Yeah.
Whether that's kind of a bit of lie angle, bit of face angle. Obviously, this is your kind of complete setup right now. No pressure.
No pressure. Yeah, like that's a draw, but it's starting left at least, which I prefer.
Well, the good news for you is that's a lovely flight. That's a lovely,
Good news
lovely
for
flight.
your recent purchase is that it's okay.
Good news for your wallet is that's smashing.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I really like that a lot.
62.
Nice, you know, spin never kicked up, launch was good, ball speed's good.
Like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably a shade better even.
Wow. You can just see the dispersion just tighten up a little bit, can't you?
Yeah. So in terms of like how they feel and how they fly, I think they're both really nice. It's just that this one's a little more fade biased.
Yeah.
But
Or even, yeah, I mean, you know, neutral probably isn't
maybe
it?
more neutral.
Probably
Yeah.
just kind of TS3, it was very, very neutral. I do feel like F85 might have a slight bit of draw bias to it.
Struck a little low on the face.
Just really like that flight, Matty,
Yeah.
I really do. I think you should get this one.
I agree. Yeah, no, they're both good.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably may have just swung. I know that ball speed was kicked up the last couple, but maybe I just swung a little faster. But
And this isn't any slight, obviously, on the Srixon product.
It's really quite good.
This is more just our opportunity to get on our soapbox and go get fit.
Absolutely.
You know, 'cause
exactly.
that's a fitted one versus a
fitted one.
non-fitted one.
Yeah.
And you know, guys, with the best will in the world, what my experience with the Srixon Fairway wood is what you guys will experience when you go to a pro shop or a PGA Tour Superstore.
Yeah.
So I'm nothing against those places, but unless you get fit, if you get fit in at any of these places, you know, you'll probably get way better results. But if you just try a club and base your judgment of it on how you hit it in that moment, you're probably not going to love it.
No. I mean, if I were hitting it, you may just say, okay, it's really good, really fast.
Yeah.
It feels great, looks great. It just, for someone that, for me, my miss is going to be a hook or overdraw. Yeah. It's probably just not the best choice.
That's
but
right.
if someone is always fading it and likes the idea of hitting a bit of a draw, then I can't imagine it would be anything but one of the best out there right now.
There's enough people out there with their hands up saying,
me,
you
please.
know, that's me. I could do with a little bit of those sort of symptoms.
I mean, those are so similar in terms of
the
actual
numbers are great.
launch numbers.
And look at how tight the launch and spin are. That's the 1.5 degrees of loft difference. So really, those two heads perform very, very
Basically
similar.
the same,
You just have one that is dialed in. And one that isn't. Now, one thing I will say about the Srixon is it is not adjustable.
So that's exactly what I wanted to bring up. So.
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying this isn't a really good head, but 99% of the reason I wanted this is because I can flatten it a bit.
You love the flat element.
And I can open it a little bit. Right. So if this had the same capability, then maybe these would be almost the same.
It wouldn't be a problem. Yeah.
So it's important. But for some people, they'll say, I don't care about that. I don't need to do that. So this is a really good 3-wood.
It's really good. I'm impressed with it. It will certainly you know, see plenty of you know, life in here being you know, tested.
It's so easy to hit off the deck too. Like
well,
crazy
I think our guys are saying that to me already. That and I'm seeing it in our sales. They're, you know, I'm seeing them, you know, Srixon F85.
Really?
Even the hybrid is performing really, really well and fits. I see our boys selling a bunch of them. So that for me is always the telltale sign. Are you selling any? You know, are people enjoying them when they're being fit? Are they getting the right numbers? And you know, the cash registers where you'll find
it doesn't lie, right? I mean,
that's it.
In the end, if you're willing to put your money into it and you see the performance, then that's what it's all about. So they've got a driver that we tested. It's pretty good now.
Yeah, I would like to do another round of tests. I'd like to actually fit you to that driver.
Let's dial it in further.
I would like to do that because, you know, we tested it with, I think at the time it was one of the new Acra TZP shafts, but it was the 465 M5 that we put in it.
We didn't dial it in. I don't remember what we
never actually fitted you to it.
True.
One of the things the driver claims is that it's as fast, if not faster, than the other drivers in the marketplace right now. I think about 2 miles an hour was their own independent research. Now, you know, coming from the source themselves, then people will always be sceptical that, okay, well, you've done your own testing of your own product. You know, I guess, you know, everyone thinks their baby's cute.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So if we fit you to it and we get equal results to perhaps your ping, let's judge it on that.
Yep, let us know if you want to see that.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't mind retesting
I would like to do that.
It was a very preliminary test when we first got them.
Well, it was day one, wasn't it? The embargo had just lifted on the product line. So,
true enough.
You know, we have had a chance to do more fitting with it, and we will have a chance to thoroughly test it.
Awesome.
Good.
Okay.
Excellent, guys. This was an interesting one for us. It's interesting. I always think when you get these sort of you know, lines that are companies that aren't the big four.
Yeah, a little bit of an underdog.
They're not a TaylorMade, a Titleist, a Callaway, or a Ping.
Yep.
And when their product performs really well, that's the thing. In somewhere like this, that's the only criteria.
For sure.
The brand is not what it's all about. It's not about the branding, or it's not about the marketing.
No.
It's about the performance, and that's ultimately what we're governed by and what we try to source.
And since I've been in here with you, I've only seen you add kind of underdog brands a couple times.
Yeah.
You've got the Cobra F8 Plus that you thought was really good.
I liked it, tested it, and went well.
And we've got these in there now. So, I mean, the criteria in here is very strict, as it should be. So that alone made me want to test this today, and I'm glad that I kind of saw exactly what you've been seeing with your customers.
Good. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed hitting it.
Yeah.
Guys, appreciate you watching. Leave your comments below if you've had a chance to try it. Let us know if you've been out there and, you know, given it a similar test.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, you know, right now what the fitting options are available out there outside of places like ourselves, because it's non-adjustable. I'm not sure if people are getting the opportunity to try different shafts and really dial it in. That can be at times one of the downsides of being non-adjustable. So let us know if you have, or if you're certainly planning to over the next coming months as we lead towards the new season, which is coming soon enough. So appreciate you watching, guys. We're happy to be back, and we'll talk to you again soon.